Hey, this is Jay Jennings, and welcome to WordPress in about an hour. Now, this is not an exhaustive, comprehensive look at WordPress. This is only what you need to know to get up and running quickly so that you can have your own blog right away. So first of all, what is a blog? Well, it stands for web log, and it's a chronological list of happenings or tips, techniques, articles, messages, whatever. Most people are using it to traffic generation or just to kind of create a community of people, build relationships with people. So who needs a blog? Well, I mentioned a couple things that it's kind of obvious. If you're into marketing, a blog is good to have. Whether you're a small company or a large company, a blog is one way that you can really keep in contact with your customers and with your prospects. A lot of people who are not into business want to blog also, and that's for hobby purposes or just to keep track of maybe you're on a trip and you can kind of let the folks back home know what's going on with your life, posting pictures and things like that. Which software is best? If you go look on Google and look for blogging software, you'll find a ton of stuff out there, and a lot of it's good, but probably the top of the line is WordPress. That's what a lot of people are using, and you can't go wrong using the WordPress software. And that's, of course, what this series of videos is aimed at. Hosted or non-hosted, you can go to WordPress.com, press a couple buttons, and have a blog up and running right away. Now, it is hosted for you, which means you don't actually control it. And in my view, that's a bad thing, because that means if you want to do something later on that they don't allow, you are stuck. You can do what they allow you to do and no more. So hosted is an easy way to get up and running, but as you'll see in this series of videos, hosting it yourself on your own website, it's really easy, and that's, I think, the way to go. There are two ways to install WordPress, and they have some pros and cons. Automatic or manual. Automatic is used when you have cPanel and Fantastico, and if you have that combination, and a lot of people do, then installing WordPress is point and click easy. That is the good news. The bad news is that oftentimes the Fantastico version, it lags behind the major release by a point or two. For example, you'll see here in these upcoming videos that Fantastico on my website has 2.6.5 version of WordPress, but the real release version is 2.7. So that is one of the cons about it. However, if you have cPanel and Fantastico, even though maybe you are lagging behind, it is the easiest to install. It's also the easiest to update. It's a push-button update when new things come along. So there's some pros and cons, and what you might want to do, if you don't know which one you want to do, you might want to watch both install videos and make your decision after seeing those. We're going to cover posting messages, adding, editing, deleting your messages, and these messages could be simple little things that you type up. They could be complete articles, tips, techniques, whatever you want on your blog. That's what we're going to be covering. Also going to show how to post pictures to your blog and audio, and even to post in the future. That's right, you can go right now to your blog and post a message and everybody can read it. But you can also post messages that people won't read until tomorrow or next week or even next month. You can also create pages. It's not just posts or messages that go on a blog. You can actually create entire pages. It could even be a sales page, and these are created right there on your blog. It's as part of the blog itself. You can hide the pages from view, so that way you can just send a link to somebody, and nobody else knows that that page exists unless they get the link from you. And you can also password protect pages. This is probably the simplest way to password protect something on the internet, is using the pages in WordPress. Themes are really cool because the default theme of WordPress is pretty cool, but I'm going to show you how to move away from that default look, because you don't want somebody coming to your website and seeing the same theme that they've seen on dozens or hundreds of other blogs. I'm going to show you where to find hundreds of free themes, and we're going to get right into installing the themes and activating them and making use of them right away. It's very simple. Plugins are really cool. They allow you to extend the capabilities of WordPress beyond what it comes from just, right out of the box. And there are thousands of free plugins. You can also find some pay-for plugins. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and so you gotta watch out for that. But we're going to get into installing plugins, and I've got two examples in this video series of some plugins that are really pretty cool. You're probably going to want to put them on your blog. And finally, we're also going to cover monetizing with Adsense. I'm going to show you exactly how to tweak your templates to include Adsense ads. Now, if you're not doing Adsense, but you're doing some other kind of pay-per-click or something like that, you can use the same technique. It's just instead of pasting Adsense code, you'll be pasting somebody else's code. All right, so what's your next step? Your next step is to decide which install video you need to watch, whether you're going to go for the cPanel and Fantastico or whether you're going to install it manually. And like I said, if you don't know which one, watch them both. They're not very long, and you'll get an idea of what's involved, and maybe that'll help you make your decision on which one of those to do. Then actually install your blog software and watch the remaining videos. And as you watch something, go ahead and implement it. Put it on pause and go ahead and implement that technique on your blog. So let's get right into it. Go ahead and go for the next video. Start watching these install videos and get your blog up and running right away.